Mark Twain's wide experiences shaped his view of the world. Samuel Langhorne Clemens, also known as Mark Twain, was born in Florida, Missouri in 1835 and died in 1910. Twain is known as an American writer, and he has unique writing styles in the satirical, ironical, and southern slang in his novel. Moreover, he is best known as an American humorist as well, because of his realistic view of satire American society in 19th century, and he satirizes American society in a funny way by using humor. Mark Twain was an inspiration to Americans, and it still affects contemporary people and writers. Mark Twain's satirical writing style is acclaimed by Americans because his wide range of experiences shaped his view of the world. He spent his life in Florida, Missouri until when he was 17 years old. Missouri was known for its white-dominated society, so the racial discrimination has always next to him. Twain experiences both poor and rich class lifestyles in his life, and he traveled many places all his life. Things went along fine in Twain's life until when he was 11 years old, his father died. To help his family, Twain started working at a printing office as an apprentice and learned printing skills for 2 years without getting salary. After apprenticeship with a printer, he wrote articles and sketches at his brother Orion's printing office for 3 years. As soon as Twain mastered skills, he quickly went out from Hannibal to the biggest city, St. Louis, in the West Mississippi. In 1853, he moves from Missouri to New York. After he moves to the East, his mind dramatically changed toward racism or social class people, because he experienced civil war and he sees people's cruelty and pitiless. People kill innocent people by no reason, and government thinks only themselves only to make them comfortable, so that he knows that how cruel that society is through his journey. When civil war broke out in 1861, he lost his job. And 2 years after, Twain journeyed to Virginia and Nevada and became newspaper writer again. In 1857, he later becomes riverboat pilot on the Mississippi River, and after 2 years of studying the Mississippi River, he got river pilot license. Twain was earning about $250 a month, which was a lot of money in those days. He got his pen name of Mark Twain from Mark Twain, the measured river depth of 2 fathoms. His novel Life on the Mississippi River, published in 1883, which described that Twain learned different human sense of value and different people's life as riverboat pilot by interacting with passengers, and his environment in Mississippi greatly influenced later in his literary works, so that listening to many people's lifestyles as a riverboat pilot were priceless for helping Mark Twain become the greatest American author. Especially his books, Tom Sawyer and Huckleberry Finn, accurately reflected his early life near the Mississippi. Huckleberry Finn, published in 1885, and Tom Sawyer was published in 1876, are one of the greatest books ever in his works. Huckleberry Finn's point of view and narrator is Huck. Mark Twain tries to get to connect with his own thought and feeling with reader through Huck, so he often includes own opinions and ideas about society, especially slaves. Having spent 17 years in slavery state in his life in Florida, Missouri, he is familiar with slavery, so that it helped him writing style his book. For example, he exposes slavery is evil and shows that blacks are same as white people because he has same feelings same as everyone else, and we are the same human. Twain thinks that one difference is just skin color. However, although government declared the Emancipation Proclamation after Civil War, Mark Twain realized discrimination was not abolished at all. when he visited his Mississippi again. Mark Twain tells the reader through Huck and Jim, who is black in slavery. When Huck tries to help Jim to free the dream that getting freedom is not easily come true. In 1866, as in another experiences, Twain held a lecture tour 2 times. First, his tour visited 3 places from Sacramento to San Francisco, and second, his tour lecture visited 5 places from San Francisco to Nevada in 1868. After he finished his lecture tour journey, Twain went to New York. Through his lecture tour, his lecture rose in popularity, and he was admired by both West and East people as a humorist comedian. Twain is not only best known as an American writer, but also a humorist. Twain's literature always includes humor and entertains people. However, Twain is not satisfied with only make people laugh, so that he decides to expose injustice and corruption and reform society by using humor. In 1868, during his correspondence, Twain persuaded newspaper company, which he contracted, and decided to join the group tour for 5 months and 11 days. He visited sacred places in Europe and near the Middle East. Twain wrote down his experiences and sent this record of personal experiences to the newspaper company, each place where he went, and sent them to Daily Alta California. In 1869, Innocent Abroad was published. This is based on Twain's real trouble, and we could see his ignorance about the world. Through the narrator in The Innocent Abroad, Twain ridiculed by himself because of his innocence and satire American tourists who admire and respect as soon as when they hear that the old world is old civilization, because innocent Twain was proud of the Democratic Party of America, which was developing in those days. First, Twain's visit in England was in 1872, when he was 36 years old, and he visited England 2 times in 1873 to 1874 again. His visit to England changed his thinking toward England's cruel society, and he was furious at cruel system in England. The Prince and Pauper was published in 1881. This is about 2 boys, one named Edward Tudor, who is Prince, and the other is named Tom Cody, who is Pauper. The narrator is Tom, and through Tom, Twain satire the social standing system and severe punishment in 16th century of England through Tom. In 1895, his age was 59. Twain continued taking around the world lecture tour to clear off all his debt, starting from Ohio to end in South Africa in 1896. He didn't have enough ability to become a great author because he even didn't graduate elementary school. Moreover, he didn't have money enough to learn writing skills, so that he worked at printing office and learned with no salary during his apprentice. However, throughout his wide-ranging job experiences, he sees and hears a lot of people's ideas and senses of values who are range from poor to rich classes, so that he understands better both people's thinking. Moreover, Mark Twain gets many skills from wide-ranging job experiences, so that he has a keen eye. Having a keen eye, his writing is full of stinging satire. But his writing is not just full of satire, because his experience of being a comedian really helps him write a satirical story in a funny way by using humor. In addition to his wide-ranging job experiences, his traveling to many countries shaped his view of the world. If he didn't travel and see the world, he wouldn't become a satirist writer because his view would be one way. Therefore, his traveling greatly changed his thinking and influenced his books. His wide range of experiences and his traveling and seeing the world are greatly priceless for helping his viewing the world.